Work on energy part 4, in which very important topic, motion of a body in a vertical circle. Very important. See here the diagram, very important, the basic concept of the diagram. Vertical circle. Here the one particle is there which is moving vertical. So making a circle but vertical, not horizontal but vertical circle. Now see it here. The introduction part, the one stone is here, and that stone is after certain interval of time it reaches to from L to P point, and we are going to consider the total mechanism behind it. Angular displacement is theta. Theta is the angle at the center. Let the radius be r, and from the point P, if I am going to draw a perpendicular, that is Pn, and the height from the lowest point is your h. So this NO becomes r minus h. Very clear up to here. Here the T is the tension in the string or rope or whatever is there, by which it is revolving. And at point P, when the stone is reaching at point P, what happens? It's a weight mg is acting here, and this mg is going to resolve into two components. One is your mg cos theta, which is along the direction of the just opposite to the direction of the radius, mg cos theta, and another component mg sin theta. One component is mg cos theta, another is your mg sin theta. Initially, we have assumed that at the L point, the direction of the velocity is along a tangent, a v1. Direction of the velocity is v1. At point P, direction of the velocity is this tangential, which is v2. These are the points which I have assumed. Now, in this chapter, usually the question is being asked, why this particular topic of the vertical circular motion is considered in the work energy power chapter, because here we have to find what is the tension at point L and the tension at the point H, what the difference between the tension and the speed, and these all the things we are going to find out with the help of principle of conservation of mechanical energy. That's why it is included in the work power energy. Okay, now come on to the calculation part. First of all, our this is based on the principle of conservation of energy, conservation of mechanical energy. Means what? Total energy means mechanical, and the total energy means potential plus kinetic. At each point should be a constant. That is your principle of conservation of energy. So here the 2 points we have taken. One is your L, another is your P. L and P. So step 1, total energy at point L we have to find out. Means at point L, total energy means potential energy at point L is equal to how much it is? At point L, height is 0. Height is 0 at point L. This is a reference point. Height is 0, so potential energy is 0. And kinetic energy at point L is equal to half m v1 square. That speed is that. So total energy at point L, this indicates that at point L, total energy of the stone at point L is this plus this, that is half m v1 square. Number 1. Step 2, total energy we have to find at point P is equal to how much? Similarly, potential energy at point P is equal to m into g into H. That is the basic formula mgh. So in place of this, that's potential energy at point H, at point P. At P point we are going to find out m into g into h, and kinetic energy at point P is equal to half m, mass remains the same, of the stone, into speed at that point P, that is v2 square. So total energy at point P is equal to this plus this, m into g into h plus half m v2 square, this much. So we have find the total energy at point L and total energy at point P. So according to the law of conservation of energy, the total energy at L and the total energy at point P should be same. So as per the principle of conservation of energy this should be equal to this. So half m v1 square is equal to m into g into h plus half m v2 square. Ultimately what we are getting, the half and this m cancel in both the sides. So ultimately v1 square by 2 is equal to g into h plus 1 by 2 v2 square. So this, if you are going to solve it, you will get you can easily find out v1 square is equal to 2 cross multiply here, so 2gh plus v2 square, right? And one more, that particular part we can write here v2 square is equal to v1 square minus 2gh. Give it equation number 3. This is v2 square is equal to v1 square minus 2gh. So what up to here, what we are going to see, v2 square is equal to v1 square minus 2gh. So which one is greater? Definitely v1 is greater than v2. So from this equation we can write v1 is greater than v2. Okay. So this equation we got number 3, and this is greater than. Now see at point P, one force tension is in this direction and another force mg cos theta. Now out of these two forces, you just tell which one is greater, T is greater or mg cos theta. Definitely if mg cos theta is greater, then this stone will come out in this way, but this is not happening. So definitely T tension is greater than this. So net force at point P, that is net force at P should be T minus mg cos theta. And this force is providing the necessary, this net force is providing necessary centripetal force. So ultimately T minus mg cos theta, that is the net force, is providing the necessary centripetal force mv2 square by r. the speed at this point is v2, so v2 v2 square by r. This is your, say, the equation number 4. Or T is equal to m v2 square by r plus m g cos theta. Or T is equal to m by r. Now put the value of v2 from equation 3. So equation 3, v1 square minus 2gh plus mg cos theta. How it comes? We have taken from equation 3. What we v2 का value हमने हम लोग यहाँ put किए, the put the value of v2 from equation 3 here, and the cos theta, we can also find the value of the cos theta from the, so from triangle ONP, right angle triangle, just ONP here, cos theta is equal to b by h. The b is what? R minus h, and this is your r. So cos theta is equal to b by h, base by hypotenuse. Base is how much? R minus h, and hypotenuse is your r. Put this value also here. So ultimately it will be m by r v1 square minus 2gh plus m into g r minus h by r. Right? Now solve it. Ultimately we'll get it after putting the value and finding the value. What we are getting, this much m by r. Right. Better to keep the equation numbering. That's better. So give it equation number 6 of 5 over there. Here it is 5. Right. So T is equal to this much. Now this is expression of tension in the string or the rope. The particular particle or stone is revolving in the vertical circle. Now at point L, lowest point, so tension at the lowest point, we have to find out both the thing, T at L and T at H. Tension at the lowest point is equal to how much? So at the lowest point, we know L is the reference point, so H is equal to 0. So put H to 0 in equation number 5. So equation 5 becomes TL is equal to m by r v1 square plus mg r by r. H0, so ultimately r by r cancel. Ultimately TL is equal to m by r. If we are taking m by r constant or common, rather v1 square plus m also taken out, so g cross multiply g into r. That is the equation number 6. Tension at the lowest point. Similarly, tension at the highest point. At the highest point, this is the lowest point. At the highest point, if we are highest point is here, this H. At the highest point, what we are going to see, H becomes twice R. So put the value of H becomes twice R in equation number 5. So equation 5 becomes how much? T at H is equal to m by R V1 square minus 2G into, in place of H, twice R plus M into G R minus twice R by R. So ultimately what we are getting, M by R within bracket V1 square minus 4GR is here it is minus R cancel, ultimately minus M G and R cancel, minus mg, here minus R by R, ultimately minus this one, minus M into G. Ultimately if you are opening the bracket, then it is just take out the, after taking the common M by R, we can write in this manner, V1 square minus 4GR minus this cross multiply, so G into R, ultimately M by R within bracket V1 square minus 5GR, that is a TH. This is the expression of TH, means tension at the highest point. Give it equation number 7. So TL we are having this and TH we are having this. So definitely by seeing these two expressions, here the positive, here the negative, so definitely TL is greater than TH. So we have to find the difference in the tension. So here difference in the tension, that is TL minus TH, that is M by R V1 square plus G into R minus V1 square, it becomes plus 5GR, right? So this is going to be cancelled, ultimately M by R within bracket 6GR, R cancelled, that is 6 into M into G. So TL minus TH is equal to 6M into G. Another very important expression, equation number 8. So just to see that difference in the tension from L and H is 6 times of the weight, that is mg. Now the next point of this is your minimum speed of the stone at the lowest point of the looping the loop, for the looping the loop. What should be the minimum speed at point L and at point H? Now here you remember, in order, this particular statement is important, in order to keep the stone moving in circular path, the tension in the string must remain positive even at the highest point. That's an important statement. You remember, the body is moving in this way. The tension at highest point should be in the positive value. never be 0. If it is 0 here, then tension, we are talking about tension in the rope. If it is 0, then it is not going to loop, it will fall down. So tension should be positive, and tension at the highest point, should be greater than is equal to 0. So tension at the highest point, we have find out m by r v1 square minus 5gr. That in the previous equation earlier, that equation was maybe equation number 3 or 4 something. The tension in the highest point, v1 square minus 5gr. So that is equal to m into r, this side 0. So v1 square should be greater than is equal to 5gr. We can write it this way. So v1 should be greater than is equal to 5gr under root. That is the speed. Very, very important. That is the minimum speed which a stone must possess at the lowest point and it may go round the vertical circle. Vertical circle. So what we got here, V at the L point, lowest point should be 5gr. Now our purpose or objective is to find the speed at the highest point also. So here the stone is moving in this way, lowest to the highest point. So lowest is the initial and highest is the final. Now our purpose is to find the speed at point H. We know VL is equal to how much? Just now we have find out 5gr under root. And how to find the VH? For that, one equation is equation we have find out initially, equation number 3 or 4 something. So that equation was V2 square is equal to V1 square minus 2gh. That equation was there. So V2 means the final, that is the VH. V1 means the initial, minus 2gh. That equation we have find out. So by using this, VL square VH square is equal to VL square minus 2gh. So at the highest point we are finding the speed. So VH square is equal to VL square means 5gr minus 2g. In place of h we are writing r plus r, that is twice r. That is VH is equal to how much it is? 4gr and ultimately gr. That is gr under root. That's the speed at the highest point. Give it equation number 9. So that is the minimum speed at the highest point. So you remember here the minimum speed is your under root 5 gr, and here the speed is under root gr. So you remember here the speed is more, here the speed is less for looping the loop, right? One last point is also there. That last point is that a body will oscillate. That also you can, by putting the values, you can easily find out. A body will oscillate about the lowest point of the vertical circle if V1 is less than 2GR. Now usually it is not being asked, but you can easily find out by putting in different values, just particular, not compulsory, but up to here, that's the important. Usually the question is being asked up to here at the highest point or lowest point, right? This is the vertical circular motion. Its application you can apply in the numerical and conceptual questions also. Okay, thank you.